Nothing moves faster than the speed of life. Meeting the ever-changing needs and demands of customers for power supply has led to immeasurable feats for our nation and your cooperative, Northwest REC. Continuing to meet the needs of future generations has led to remarkable developments using innovative technology and design over the last 75 years. Our focus is still meeting the energy demands of our members, while at the same time helping them become energy efficient. At the beginning of the 20th century, electric utilities spread rapidly, but most farms remained without electric service as investor-owned utilities believed that it was too costly to serve rural areas. In 1935, the federal government established the Rural Electrification Administration, or REA, to provide loans and assistance to rural electric cooperatives offering electrical services to small towns and rural areas. Volunteers signed up members of the new cooperatives for just a $5 fee. Ida County REC, O'Brien County REC, Plymouth Electric Cooperative Association, and Sioux Electric Cooperative Association were formed in 1938 and 1939. These four cooperatives delivered electricity for the first time to rural northwest Iowa farms and homes. By 1941, 35% of rural American homes had electricity, but growth was halted during World War II due to a shortage of materials. Around 1948, the cooperatives adopted the Patronage Capital Plan. The REA advocated the idea that any margins left after the co-op's expenses were paid would be allocated back to the REC's member owners. Today, Northwest REC members still benefit from this practice. More than $18 million has been returned to the members in patronage capital retirements. Through the 1940s, most Northwest Iowa cooperatives purchased their power from investor-owned utilities. As farmers used more and more electricity, it was evident that the RECs needed other sources of power to economically meet growing demand. In 1949, 10 neighboring cooperatives formed Northwest Iowa Power Cooperative, or NWREC. This new cooperative's role was to obtain low-cost hydropower from the Missouri River dams. In August 1952, NWREC's first loan was approved, funding construction of 621 miles of 69 kilovolt transmission lines, 32 substations, and other facilities. Power flowed over NWREC's lines for the first time on April 6, 1956. Soon, rural consumers' demand for electricity grew beyond the available Missouri River hydropower from NWREC. To meet that growing need, electric cooperatives in the 8 states of the Missouri Basin formed Basin Electric Power Cooperative. NWREC, on behalf of its members, signed a wholesale power contract with Basin Electric in 1962. Basin Electric provided the additional power needed to supply rural homes, farms, and industry by building electric generating stations throughout its area. Construction of new plants made power plentiful in the 1970s, just as demand dropped sharply because of conservation measures and a weak economy. It was clear that the co-op's power supplier would now have more power than it could sell. To help control rising power costs that go along with excess capacity, NWREC's members approved a load management system in the mid-1980s. Co-ops installed radio-controlled switches on water heaters, electric heat, air conditioning, and irrigation systems to help manage peak demands for electricity. Members benefited with lower rates as the cooperative controlled its peak demand charges. The program was called Switch Makes Sense. Today, members continue to enjoy these lower off-peak rates, and more than 6,000 members participate in Switch Makes Sense. This program has resulted in more than $1.5 million in annual demand cost savings. The 1990s were the beginning of a new era for your cooperatives. 2 separate consolidations created the Northwest REC that you know today. In 1993, with a nearly 90% favorable vote of the members, O'Brien County REC and Sioux Electric Cooperative Association consolidated to form Northwest Rural Electric Cooperative. 5 years later, and with another overwhelmingly favorable member vote, Northwest REC, Ida County REC, and Plymouth Electric Cooperative Association consolidated to form a new Northwest REC. The consolidated organization now serves 9,500 member consumers, has 3,500 miles of electric line, and sells more than 600 million kilowatt hours per year. Total assets are nearly $75 million. The consolidations brought efficiencies and significant cost savings. Today, our members enjoy the lowest REC electric rate in Iowa and among the lowest in the country. Throughout the first 60 years, 95% of your cooperative's electric sales were to farm and residential customers. Today, more than half of the cooperative's electric sales are to large customers, such as commercial, industrial, and value-added agriculture loads. Northwest REC and its partner, the Iowa Area Development Group, have been heavily involved in business and community development projects that have helped these businesses establish and grow. These large loads include corporate buildings, 4 ethanol plants, manufacturing facilities, and value-added agriculture facilities. The community and the REC both benefit from this active business climate and growing source of jobs. In 2011, the USDA Rural Development State Director recognized Northwest REC for its dedication to economic development. Northwest REC provides special programs not only for its business members, but also its residential members. Operation Roundup allows members to round up their monthly electric bills to the nearest dollar. The difference is donated to assist worthy causes and organizations in the local area. With the Prairie Winds Green Energy Program, co-op members can contribute to the development of alternate energy production facilities. In cooperation with Basin Electric Power Cooperative, your cooperative funds a scholarship program recognizing and encouraging the academic achievements of various students. The cooperative sends high school students on the Electric Cooperative Youth Tour, an all-expense-paid trip to Washington, D.C. to see our nation's capital and gain a better understanding of our government. The 3-day Energy Trail Tours, sponsored by your cooperative and our power supplier NIPCO, give our member consumers a fun-filled opportunity to see how water and coal are used to make our electricity. With the Energy Assessment Program and an infrared camera, members learn about energy efficiency improvements they can make in their business or home. Every Northwest REC member holds a Co-op Connections card, offering discounts at participating local and national businesses, plus savings on most prescriptions at more than 60,000 independent pharmacies and national chains. Northwest REC's employees take great pride in our service to the members and our involvement in our local communities in which we live and work. We call that our commitment to community. Over its 75-year history, Northwest REC has found Mother Nature to be its biggest foe. Summer windstorms and tornadoes and winter conditions with ice and heavy snow have placed a burden on cooperative crews. Heavy ice snaps lines and poles, and huge snow drifts can make it nearly impossible to maneuver the trucks through the roads. Safety of our crews and our members has always been a priority of the cooperative. Employees participate in monthly safety trainings, offer free safety demos to schools, civic groups, and organizations, and support and promote the 811 Iowa One Call notification system for safe excavation projects. Our goal is to educate our members and the public on the safe use of electricity. Over the last 75 years, technology has changed the way we do business. Today, the cooperative uses personal computers, a state-of-the-art backup server, AMI meters, remote-controlled digger operations, digital mapping, and two-way radio communications to provide our members safe, reliable, affordable, and environmentally responsible electric power. The cooperative is owned by its members, so there are no investors making a profit. Each member has a vote to elect the directors from their district. The 11 directors are responsible for setting rates and policies, providing your cooperative its direction. 75 years ago, Hardy determined rural people began to organize rural electric systems like ours. Their efforts literally lit up the countryside. Some members celebrated by burying the kerosene lantern. Many tears of joy were shed when rural families saw the REC crews building new electric line up the road and realized their life of near drudgery was going to change forever. Things are different today. Most families in the countryside enjoy the benefits of electricity, and cooperative power has helped to make American agriculture the most productive in the world. But the job of rural electrification is never finished. There's always one more pole to set, one more substation to be improved, one more new consumer to be hooked up, one more meeting of our member owners to assess the past and plan for the future. Today we celebrate the accomplishments of this last 75 years. We value the integrity and foresight of our predecessors and strive to leave a legacy for future generations in the next 75 years. Rural electrification. It was right then, and it's still right today.